Eala was 3 points away from a first-round exit in front of a crowd that flew in just to see her. Nobody tells you that part. They tell you she won. They don't tell you how close she came to losing everything before the comeback even started. This is her debut in Washington at the Mubadala City DC Open, and the man running the tournament, Mark Ine, said something wild days before it even began. Over 80% of every single ticket question his staff fielded that month was about one name. Not the seeds. Not the defending champion. Eala. A crowd that shows up for a person instead of a bracket changes the air in a stadium. It gets heavier. And she walked straight into that weight against Jing Qinwen, the 2024 Paris Olympic gold medalist, a former world number 4, a wild card in this event but not in danger. A player who has beaten Eala before, back at the 2023 Asian Games, in 3 sets, on a night Eala also came storming back from a set down and still lost. So this wasn't a gentle welcome. This was history repeating itself with the stakes turned up. Eala actually came out sharp, breaking early for a 2-0 lead. Then Jing woke up, tied it at 2-2, fell behind 2-3, then ripped off 3 straight games to go up 5-3 and closed the set 6-4. First set gone. And here's where the match should have quietly died. In the second set, at 4-3, Jing broke Eala's serve to love. Not a fight. Not a deuce battle. 4 points gone clean. A former Olympic champion now sitting 1 hold away from ending this debut in straight sets, in front of the exact crowd that came to watch Eala succeed. What happened in the next game is the entire story. Eala broke straight back, also to love. Same scoreline, same brutality, just aimed the other direction. Her coach had told her before the set even started, "Stay for every ball, the chances will come." She said it herself afterward. "I have to keep going because if I'm there every ball, I'll have my chances." And I did. That one broken serve for broken serve exchange at 4-3 is the hinge. Everything after it is consequence. From there Eala did not slow down to enjoy it. She held. She broke again. She strung together 7 straight games. Not 7 points, 7 full games. Taking the second set 6-4 and then ripping through the start of the third, going up 4-0 before Jing finally stopped the bleeding with a break in the 5th game. Eala answered immediately, broke right back, restored her cushion, and closed it out 6-1. Final score: 4-6, 6-4, 6-1 in 2 hours and 26 minutes. Now look at the numbers underneath that scoreline because they tell you exactly how this was won. Jing hit 14 aces. Her serve never stopped being a weapon, not for one set. She also finished with 35 winners to Eala's 22. She was still the more explosive ball striker across the whole match. But she also racked up 46 unforced errors against Eala's 25, nearly double. Eala wasn't trying to out-hit an Olympic champion. She wasn't swinging bigger or taking more risk. She wasn't chasing the miracle. She wasn't chasing anything. She was making Jing carry the weight of every single point herself, over and over, until the weight became too much and it cracked. That's the actual skill on display. Not power. Patience that refuses to break under power. And this isn't happening in a vacuum for Eala. This is the same player who made global headlines weeks earlier at Wimbledon, beating Iga Swiatek to become the first player from the Philippines to reach the round of 16 at a Grand Slam. So Washington wasn't a fluke debut from an unknown. It was a rising world number 28 proving, again, that she doesn't fold when a match turns hostile. She's now beaten a top opponent from behind twice in one season, on 2 different surfaces, with 2 completely different levels of pressure sitting on her. Now here's the twist waiting on the other side of this win. Her next opponent isn't a stranger. It's Leylah Fernandez, the defending champion in Washington, who beat Eala in straight sets back in April at the Stuttgart Open. Not ancient history. 4 months old. Fernandez knows exactly what Eala is capable of, and Eala knows exactly how it feels to lose to her recently. But she's walking into that rematch carrying something she didn't have the last time they played. Real, lived proof, from just days ago, that she can fall behind an elite opponent by a set and a break, in front of a crowd that came just for her, and still find her way all the way back. That kind of evidence doesn't disappear after one match. It's the thing a player reaches for the next time a set slips away, the next time she's broken at the worst possible second. Eala now has Washington to draw on. She has that 4-3 game to draw on. She has 7 straight games of proof that a match that looks over isn't always over. Zheng had her exactly where she wanted her. A set-up, a break-up, one hold from finishing it. And Eala still found the way out. That's the story. Not the scoreline. The way out, a 19-year-old ranked 140th in the world. 2 career WTA wins. And she just broke serve 8 times in 2 sets against the second-best player on the planet. This actually happened, and it happened to a country that had never once produced a player inside the WTA Top 100. Her name is Alexandra Eala. Everyone calls her Alex Eala. Born May 23, 2005 in Quezon City, Philippines. Sport ran in the family before tennis ever entered the picture. Her mother, Riza, was a national swimmer who medaled at the SEA Games. Her uncle worked with the Philippine Sports Commission. But it was her grandfather, Bobby Mano, who handed her a racket at age 4 on a random court with zero grand plan behind it. Whatever clicked that day traveled fast. At 12 years old, she won Les Petits as the tournament people call the Wimbledon of junior tennis. That same year, the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, invited her to train, one of roughly 45 courts and elite juniors pulled from 40 countries. Remember, no Filipino had ever cracked the WTA Top 100. Not once in the entire history of women's professional tennis. She wasn't following a path. She was making one. The junior results kept stacking. Australian Open Junior Doubles at 14. French Open Junior Doubles at 16. Then, in 2022, the US Open Girls Singles title, without dropping a single set the whole tournament, beating future WTA player Mira Andreeva along the way. First Filipino in history to win a Grand Slam singles title at any level. Junior slams and tour-level tennis are not the same sport though. The professional tour is grown women who've spent a decade grinding, coaches building game plans specifically to expose you, and a ranking that resets you to 0 no matter what you did as a junior. Eala's first attempt to qualify for a Grand Slam came in 2023 at the Australian Open. She lost. Through 2024, she tried to qualify for all 4 majors and failed every single time. By the end of that year, she was ranked outside the top 140, with 0 WTA-level wins to her name, and the obvious question was sitting there. Was she going to be one of those junior stars who never makes the jump? Then came March 2025 and the Miami Open, one of the 5 biggest events on the women's calendar. Eala got in on a wild card, ranked 140th, with 2 career WTA wins. Round 1, she beat Katie Volinet. Barely anyone noticed. Round 2, Yelena Ostapenko, the 2017 French Open champion and a former top 5 player. Eala came back from 4-0 down in the first set and won it. People started paying attention. Round 3, Madison Keys, the reigning Australian Open champion, ranked number 5 in the world. Eala won 6-4, 6-2. Keys finished with 51 unforced errors. It was the first top 10 win by any Filipino player since WTA rankings began in 1975. Then the semi-final. Iga Swiatek, world number 2, 5 Grand Slam titles. Eala broke her serve 8 times across 2 sets and won 6-2, 7-5. In 7 days her ranking jumped from 140 to 75, and she took home roughly $330,000 in prize money, nearly 2/3 of her entire career earnings up to that point. She became just the 3rd wild card ever to reach a Miami Open semifinal, after Justine Henin and Victoria Azarenka, both of whom were former world number 1s coming back from injury. Eala wasn't coming back from anything. She was arriving. So why did this work? Start with the obvious. She's left-handed, and at this level that's a real structural advantage. Her cross-court forehand lands at angles right-handed opponents rarely see, which means less muscle memory to draw on mid-match. Her return game is the bigger weapon, though. She stands inside the baseline, takes the ball early, and attacks second serves with a confidence most players ranked near her simply don't have. Former player Iva Klestrova compared her to Dominika Cibulkova, specifically praising her ability to flip from defense to attack in a single shot. She has real holes too. Her own serve is short on pace and variation. She wins under half her second serve points, below tour average. Her clay court record in 2025 sat under 25%. And once Miami made her a known quantity, the rest of the 2025 season got harder. Madrid, Rome, Wuhan all ended early, because every coach on tour now had video and a scouting report. There's also a fake news problem worth naming directly, because it's been fact-checked by outlets including Rappler and Verifiles. Claims that Aryna Sabalenka made racist remarks about Eala, invented. A supposed $45 million Wilson deal, invented. A Michael Jordan/Air Jordan endorsement in the billions, invented. None of it ran anywhere credible, and all of it keeps circulating because her name now drives real engagement in Southeast Asia. The real controversy was smaller and more human. At the 2026 Australian Open, her first-round match got scheduled on a court built for about 1,000 people. Roughly 5 times that many showed up. Her opponent, Alicia Parks, later said she cried during a changeover because of the noise. Fans were cheering unforced errors, which is a real breach of tennis etiquette. Parks composed herself, won the next 2 sets, and eliminated Eala. The tournament publicly admitted the scheduling was a mistake. Novak Djokovic was asked about it and called it a very good problem to have. The numbers back that framing up. Her pre-tournament press conference in Australia reportedly drew over 170,000 online viewers, more than Coco Gauff's and Aryna Sabalenka's combined. As of March 2026, Eala's career-high ranking sits at number 29, the highest any Filipino has ever reached in WTA history. She's also become the face of a genuine first. The Philippine Women's Open, a WTA 125-level event now held in her home country, largely because the demand she created made it commercially worth it. Here's the honest read. She's 20 years old with wins over multiple top 10 players and a resume no Filipino has ever come close to. But her serve is still exploitable, clay is still a problem, and the tour has already shown it can adjust to her once the surprise wears off. The hype isn't ahead of her. It's just running right alongside her, waiting to see which version of this story she writes next.